Pan-fried tuna patties. This is the best possible way to use up that can of tuna that's been hiding away in your pantry for the past few months. Serve it up on a bun or serve it over a hefty pile of veggies if you want to take the lighter lunchtime approach. Stick around to see just how to make this incredibly delicious tuna patty. Hi there y'all, I'm Tom and this is Empty Pantry Entrées, a place where you can come to learn all the skills you need to make delicious creations from only the odds and ends in your pantry. And today's video comes as a response to one of the direct requests from one of y'all. Canned tuna burgers. And now, before you click off this video saying that you're not a tuna person, let me just tell you, we're gonna fry these boyos up on both sides and make them real crispy and nice and savory. Now, instead of dragging things on and chit-chatting, I'm kinda hungry, so I think it's about time for us to move on. As you might have imagined, the first ingredient we're going to be working with today is canned tuna, approximately a 5-ounce can of light tuna, drained and flaked into a mixing bowl. If you have any reservations on canned tuna, just know that we're going to be using a relatively small amount heading into this recipe. Just enough to give you a taste of it, but not enough to be overpowering. On top of that, you're going to crack and beat 1 egg before adding it to the mixing bowl. As for the green pepper, hit them with a quick spin and chop before removing the core and slicing into itty bitties. Small pieces so that they cook quicker when dispersed throughout the patty. On top of that goes half of a small white onion, finely diced, as well as half of a cup of plain old breadcrumbs that we're going to change into Italian style crumbs with 1 teaspoon of the stuff. And serving as another binder in the mixture is going to be 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. This recipe calls for chili sauce, but you know me, I'm a fiend for Harissa. You can easily use the Heinz version, but I'm gonna stick with what I know. 2 tablespoons of the stuff. Harissa very much so recommended here. If you haven't noticed, I've been on a Harissa kick recently. Maybe I should make a video on how to prepare and can some of the stuff. Anyways, half a teaspoon of dill, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a half teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And yes, now at this point of this recipe, I just want to say real quick that chopped celery is typically part of the filling for a tuna patty. But I forgot to buy celery when I went to the store, so we're just gonna pretend that it's in there? What? I'm not gonna waste my time going to the store specifically just for a filler ingredient. Now if I forgot garlic on the other hand. And now we've added a number of ingredients to the bowl, so make sure to really get in there and combine them well. Yeah, serious mixing time. In order to help minimize the stickage to the hands while working with a hot cast iron, we're going to be forming each of these patties on an individual slip of parchment paper. Arts and crafts is always the best part about cooking. Spray a touch of oil onto both the parchment paper rectangles as well as your hands, then slap on a hunkaroo of the mixture, pressing, rolling, slapping, and squeezing it until you get a patty-looking shape. I promise you, it really isn't all that hard. Spread it out in your hands and work it until you get an even 1/3 to 1/2 inch patty, and place on their little parchment rectangles. Just whatever you do, please make sure to spray your hands every time. Without that oil coating, you get some big time stickies. But with that, the patties are looking nice, photogenic, and ready for frying. Bring out your cast iron from its designated oven hiding spot. Don't ask me why it's in there, them's just the rules. Once preheated over medium-high heat for 2 to 3 minutes, drizzle with olive oil and rub-a-dub-dub that around to coat the bottom, and hit the shallow pool of oil with your best flip and rips. The parchment paper here really helps to make this easier, just trust me with this one. And fair warning, these things will cook incredibly quick. About 3 minutes on the first side and 2 minutes on the second. That's all you need. Just enough to get some deep color on both sides and you are ready to serve. And man, oh man, do these boils look tasty with the way that they've crispened up on both sides. Those interspersed green peppers not only bring a lot of visual appeal to the table, but they also add a bit of crunch where it's most needed. Speaking of crunch, let's get some leafy greens on the plate. I am a big fan of spinach salad personally, but choose what you want. Top with a pinch of sliced carrots, a stack of vibrant Roma tomatoes, layer on a handful of non-vinegar pickles, and lastly a single wedge of acid-soaked cucumber before covering it up with one of your delicious salad-topping tuna patties. Now, just try and tell me that this doesn't look like an amazing lunch to you. And it's also made in under 30 minutes, so it really doesn't get much better than this. That is, until you bring in the sriracha mayo as a topping to really seal in the deal here. Use as much as your heart desires. And let me tell you, this is honestly one of my new favorite lunchtime items. The crispiness of the outside with a bit of crumbly on the inside is an awesome texture and mouthfeel. The harissa brings an incredibly sweet, spicy blend to the dish. And if you can tell, I am full-time team harissa over here. Make them for lunch one day and then heat them up in the skillet the next day. 2-for-1 lunches. Try these ones out for real because this recipe is honestly incredible. Hey, if you've made it this far, you're one of the viewers that I appreciate most. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other suggestions for recipes you want me to put my own personal spin on, make sure to send them my way. More than happy to accommodate. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you all next time.